sun, the melanin, it's all coming together. The hair, the earrings. Getting ready to go do some community service, period poverty. My mom and I were looking forward, and you all should see the little view we have. Parking garage, parking lot, and then some condominium apartment things. But look at this. Okay, we're gonna head downstairs and get to serving all mankind.
I'm also the subcommittee chairman for this project, the Period Poverty Project for our International Founders Day. So these donations are going to three organizations. The first organization is the YMCA of Central Maryland. The YMCA of Central Maryland serves about 6 counties in Maryland, more towards that Baltimore area, but 6 counties in Maryland. I have talked to representatives from the YMCA, and they are ecstatic about this donation. They support high schools. They are in the high schools, and they're like, half of these high schools don't even, half the girls in these high schools don't even have products. They're missing school. They're coming to school all messy, and they're like, they really need these products. So what you're doing is going to be life-changing for a young girl who is menstruating. Donations is the City of Alexandria, their domestic violence program. For women who are domestic violence survivors, when you are leaving a dangerous situation, the last thing you're thinking about is carrying some sanitary products. So these women are getting out of these dangerous situations. They're coming to the City of Alexandria for some reprieve, and they need what we are providing them for. So the City of Alexandria is extremely grateful.
Hello everyone. As you can see, I had a great time at the Period Poverty Service Project. We were sending out many boxes, and each of those boxes that you saw lined up against the wall had 80 bags in it, and in each of those 80 bags were 20 different period hygiene products, so pads and tampons. And it was a good, very good service project. I know that we are going to be helping the lives of multiple different women out there. That way they can take care of themselves when they are going through their menstrual cycle and feeling confident, clean, that they are able to take care of themselves. So after that, we had a teeny weeny bit of a break, and we had to go and get redressed up in some new things. So after that was the chat with our international presidents and CEOs, our former international presidents and CEOs. So we had to get all dressed up in our business wear. I filmed a little Instagram story, Pretty Girls Walk Like This by Big Boss Vet. So I really like that. Very good. And I went to that talk with my mom and a bunch of other different members, and we're sitting in there. Now, for this part, I was not able to get any video. Not able to get any video. They asked us not to because we were talking about things specifically related to the sorority, leading the sorority, being a part of it, and all of the experiences that come with it. So I will just talk about the big things that I remember from it. Up on the dais, we had number 25, Norma Solomon White, number 28, Carolyn House Stewart, number 29, Dorothy Buchanan Wilson, number 30, Glenda Baskin Glover, and number 31, our current International President and CEO, Danette Anthony Reed. And just seeing them up there, you are automatically reminded of those who came before them, including Matelia B. Grays, who did recently just pass away. And you wonder, what is it that we would have missed, that we are missing, because she is no longer here to participate in this beautiful conversation that we're having right now about leadership in Alpha Kappa Alpha, especially considering that she was the youngest serving international president and CEO that we have ever had to this day. So still, it was a very good conversation. We were able to learn a lot. They were all able to talk about the sacrifices that they made to get to the points that they were at, what it was that let them know that they were ready to become and run for these positions, talking about how sometimes it's not your time and you need to try again later. You might need to wait. So, and then also 2 of them have books that they've written. So Norma Solomon White has written a book about her life. Then you also have Dorothy Buchanan Wilson, who has written a book about leadership. And after we had the conversation, the 2 of them were doing book signings. So people could buy their book, take it, get it signed, and it's like, ooh, okay, we like that. We like having book signings. So they were talking about what also it is that they are most proud of with their administrations, and being a part of Glenda Baskin Glover's administration, she was most proud of having led the sorority through a global pandemic. So I was a teeny part in that as well, being able to be the international second vice president during the pandemic. Well, myself and KCA Coleman, the one who came before me, because she really came in at the start of the pandemic. I was the one who came in at the height of the pandemic, and then as we started opening up. But it's a very humbling experience to be a part of a large organization like that, leading it during a time of international crisis that you have no control over and you can only react to. So they all did a very good job up there. Lots of different pearls of wisdom. And you got this beautiful shot of all 5 of them up there on the stage at the end of it, hands linked, just showing the length of leadership in Alpha Kappa Alpha. Because you also have to think about, in order to be international president and CEO, it takes at least 12 years. Because you have to, even if you're not going to become a regional director, you still have to become international treasurer, international secretary, and then you become international first vice president, and then international president and CEO. Each of those steps takes 4 years. So these are women that have, functionally, at a minimum, given a decade and 2 years to the sorority. Even though, obviously, before becoming regional director, international treasurer, secretary, that at the regional and chapter level, they must have been doing great work there too. I could not imagine what it would have been to be like, knowing that Dorothy Buchanan Wilson was your chapter president, or Carolyn House Stewart was your chapter treasurer at one point, whatever it might have been. Because leadership, especially getting to that level, you don't just pop up there. You have to take tiny steps up the leadership ladder. So I had a great time there. And afterwards, it was time to go and get some lunch. So that is exactly what myself, my mom, we went and got some lunch. And after that, we went to the Sisterhood activities. So they had people playing trivia, bingo, conversing with their acapals, taking pictures also, because there was some nice photo activity going on. And here's a little bit of video of the Sisterhood activities room now. After that, we decided to go, and we wanted to see the little kind of undergraduate wax exhibit like thing, because from what I've heard is there are undergraduates who are dressed up like they are the founders, talking about who they are, what they did in their life, essentially like a wax museum that you probably did in middle school, elementary school, whatever. So we wanted to go and see that, but it was closed. So we got to make sure that we go earlier, that way we don't miss it tomorrow. But I know it is happening tomorrow, so I'll take you to go see that as well. And because that was closed, we decided to do the next best thing. We went to the vendors. The women of Alpha Kappa Alpha, we love our vendors. We love patronizing them. So, also, throughout this entire day, I have been getting recognized for my YouTube channel for going to medical school, what I posted on Instagram and Facebook, and just taking pictures with a bunch of amazing people. So every time that you all stop me, I get to just get reinvigorated with why it is that I'm doing this. I literally had a member come up and tell me that I am a role model for her niece, who also has aspirations to go to medical school. I've had people who are coming up telling me that I helped them, showed them, and just gave them inspiration for getting into the sorority, that they watched me before getting initiated. So every time that happens, every time I take pictures with my my people who support me, it makes me feel very good. And at the vendors now, to show you all what I got, I was walking around. This was kind of like my little soft walk around, because I like going to the vendors multiple times. Even if I don't buy stuff every time, I need to look and think about what it is that I want. But I did receive something very, very special from Pearl Connection. And you all know I love Pearl Connection. Every time I see them, or every time I am able to go to the vendors, because I don't always get to go to the vendors, but now that I'm not International Second Vice President, I have a lot of time. I like being able to go to Pearl Connection, check out their purses, because they have great purses. In fact, because many of you were asking about some of the black bags that I got at North Atlantic Region and South Central Regional Conference, Pearl Connection is the ones who created those bags, as you see up here. And they are selling those. They're selling those at the International Founders Day. So, what I got now, though, is their new green messenger bag. And I do like the solid green, beautiful color, and also the fact that it doesn't scream, "I'm an AKA!" But it's a nice, just subtle AKA purse. And I've got all of the paper in here. Inside we do have the strap, so I'm going to demonstrate that for you now. And here we have the strap. It says Alpha Kappa Alpha, and it is adjustable. So we connect there, we connect there. And I think this is going to go very well with my outfit that I have planned for tomorrow's day party. Ooh, so catch me there. But this is the messenger bag from Pearl Connection, their green messenger bag. And you can see Alpha Kappa Alpha embossed into the leather. So this is what I am most excited for, having gotten from the vendors. You know, when we come to AKA stuff, we're always going to leave with multiple purses. So here is purse number 2 from my visit for Alpha Kappa Alpha International Founders Day. And at this point, it is time for a little nap. And that is because tonight we have the scavenger hunt in the museum at the African American National History Museum. So this is going to be my 4th-ish time going there, and I am still very much looking forward to it. I'm going to see even more exhibits than I did the last time I was there, and I'm going to get dressed up, but for now I need a little nap. So I will check back in with you later. Heading downstairs with my mom. Say hi, Mom. Hi. We've got bling, we've got pearls, and then we've also got the shoes. There we go. So, it's gonna be a fun time. I'm looking forward to the museum. We're going to go wait for the buses, and I am still gonna take you all along with me. Made it again for my 4th.
Violin stuff like. I need you to do some violin stuff, bro. Let's go. That's that Usher. Y'all cool off real quick. It'll be okay. All I see now. Start anew. But that's not the song, Sean. That's not the song. Now some of these undergrads know what song this is. Hold on, undergrads. I need you to bring it in right, Sean.
You gotta see it. Mom. Oh my goodness.
Hello, we are back now. Everything is finished. You saw all of the amazingness that was this night at the museum. So we had an amazing violin player. We also got to see the African American National History Museum, just walking around it, and it was a good time. I got to mix and mingle, take a bunch of amazing pictures, and I also got to get back together with my girls. So we were just having a great time kikiing, taking pictures of each other, And we also, because we did get to go to the museum literally 3 or 4 months ago, I have already seen it, and also very recently. But there was a section that had been closed off because it was an upcoming exhibit. That exhibit, which was now open, was about film, TV, theater. You all know I love movies and TV shows. So we were able to take a little walk through. They had things for very old movies, TV shows, and things that were as new as stuff like the Boondocks or Black Panther. They also had things about blackface and minstrelsy at the beginning. But it was a very, very good exhibit. Obviously, it's going to be my favorite. And other highlights, I was just, so the Soul Cafe is the place, the restaurant inside of the museum that offers food. People were waiting, trying to get their food, and a protocol escort came up and asked me, Jasmine, are you doing okay? Is everything fine? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And she's like, are you hungry? And I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry, but it's okay. Me and a couple of friends, we're gonna get something in the city. And she's like, oh no, it's okay, I can go and get you something. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. She says, now, I don't know if you remember me, but you came and spoke to some of my undergraduates, my freshly initiated undergraduates, after they had gotten through rituals X, Y, and Z, and you made them, like, you welcomed them to the sorority. And after that, also, the other thing is, this is a chapter that is in Far Western region. And Far Western region, it's very, very far from the North Atlantic region or the Great Lakes region. So making that commitment to speak to them, being 3 hours apart, to come in and welcome those new members to our sorority, she was very thankful of that. But also after the welcome to the sorority speech that I did, she called me to ask and just talk about opportunities for leadership. And in that, I said, yeah, just tell your regional director or ask your regional director what openings there are, what your skill sets are, the things that you think you are good at, and where you think you would best be placed, and see if there's anything that she can do to appoint you at a regional or international level. That was a suggestion that I made well over a year and a half ago. And now she is on the International Protocol Committee. And she wanted to thank me for giving her that advice that year and a half ago, because she acted on it. And that is how she got to the position that she is in now, as a protocol escort, as a member of the International Protocol Committee. So she told me that. I started crying because it just felt nice to hear that and to be told that the advice that I gave out was acted upon, did have the desired effect, and now that person is able to be at a higher level of leadership as she wanted, as she wished for. That wish is now an achievement. So that was very good. Another thing that happened is I got to hold the pearls of Ethel Hedgeman Lyle, the founder of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Her great-great-granddaughter came to this event and had the pearls with her, so I got to hold them. That was an experience that I cannot even begin to start comprehending, because I am holding this obviously nearly, well, I'm not sure how old the pearls were. Maybe she had them in 1908, maybe she had them later on in life, but either way, being able to hold these 100 or nearly 100-year-old pearls in a well-loved container that is obviously vintage, it was like, wow. I just feel so close and so connected to her and to the sorority in that moment. And afterwards, after leaving, because I did bust it down on the dance floor, we were doing Nuck If You Buck. I don't get out and do any of the stepping and strolling, but I like hyping the people up who do that. I did do the Tamia Hustle, though, very proud of myself. But afterwards, we went to Hamilton, and not the play, but a restaurant. We ended up going to the wrong Hamilton first, but it was okay. We made some good memories there. And then we went to the correct Hamilton, which is a very, very nice restaurant. And we got some food. I'm about to burst. It is 1 a.m. and I have a medical school interview. So I'm gonna go to sleep. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm going to try and get it up as soon as possible. But we have a very busy day ahead of us, and I just thank you all for being a part of this, for watching all my videos, for supporting. You can like, you can comment, you can subscribe if you are not already subscribed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.